Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Linda, and today I'll be teaching us how to make swallow. Yeah, so there are different kinds of swallow for those from Nigeria. So this recipe is for babies 6 months above, right? So my little ones, they love to eat amala and ewedu, and they also love to eat plantain swallow. They don't like eba, actually. So I'm going to be taking you guys through on how I make these meals. So if you want to make your plantain swallow, all you need to do is blend peel your plantain, cut it into cubes, blend it, add some water, blend it, and then if you want to, it depends on the quantity you want to make. If you just want to make just for dinner, when you're going to eat it for just once, and if it's just one baby, you can blend maybe a whole banana, a whole plantain, and put some in a Tupperware container and put it in the freezer, or in a Ziploc bag. Pour it in a Ziploc bag, and then you just take out a little bit of it, pour it in a saucepan, in a pot, add some water. Don't put in too much water. Anyway, you don't even need to add water. It depends on the consistency. If it's very thick, and then you add a bit of water, but if it's not that thick, you can just pour it in the pot and get a turning stick and start turning it. You have to stay there and make sure it's on low heat so it doesn't burn. You keep turning it until it's well cooked. So for me, like for babies that you want them to add a bit of weight, what you need to do is after it's cooked, you can cut in a little bit of butter, put in the plantain, swallow, mix it up. I'm going to show you a picture of how it will look like after it's cooked. So you put it aside, right? So how I make my ogbono soup. I usually use tatashe and shombo. They can't eat pepper. If you're using tatashe and shombo, make sure you deseed them. Take out those seeds and you grind it with onions, right? So after doing that, put it aside. You cut some onions. Of course, you parboil and steam your meat. Put the spices you want to put, but make sure they are mild. Don't put too much spices. You just have to put just a little bit of salt, onions, of course, to steam and parboil your meat. So after that is done, you set it aside, and it depends. If they are too little, like 6 months, some of them don't like chewing. So if you have the one that doesn't like chewing, but if your babies love to chew, like if you're giving them like goat meat, which is a bit hard sometimes, and you can just blend it. Sometimes I blend my meat. You just blend it in a blender and set it aside. So you put some palm oil in a pot. After that, you put in a little bit of diced onions, and when it's fried a bit, like say 3 minutes, 2 minutes, you add in your tatashe, shombo, and onion mixture. You fry it a little bit, and then when it's fried, you bring in the meat that you blended. You don't have to blend it too smooth, right? Just roughly blend it. You now add that. So after adding that, you add some water and allow it to sit a little bit. So when it's boiled, you bring in your ogbono. You can mix the ogbono with warm water or mix it with palm oil mixer. After mixing it, you pour it over your mixture on the fire and stir it, and it's done. Then you add it with a little bit of ugu. It's ready. And so let's make our ewedu. So first of all, you get your ewedu from the market, right? You will take it out of the stems. You wash it nicely, and you can cut them into chunks, and you put it in, wash it nicely. You wash it like 4 times. You can put in a little bit of salt to disinfect it. Wash it nicely. Put it in the sieve to drain, to take out the water. And then you put it in the food processor, a blender. Put in some water and you blend it. So after doing that, you will put in you pour back the blended ewedu. You pour it in a pot and put it on the heat. So after doing that, you allow it to sit for a few minutes. Put in a little bit of salt, and you've already blended your meat like I explained earlier. You put in the blended meat and the stock, and then you put in some crayfish. You mix the crayfish in it, and then you stir it, and it's ready. And then you put that aside, right? So you portion them. So for busy mothers, you can do this and put them in the freezer, in a Tupperware, or put it in a Ziploc bag and just freeze them, right? You portion them into portions so that once you take it out of the freezer, you don't have to return it back to the freezer again, Also for your your amala, you know how to do that already. Put in some water in the pot, and when the water is boiled, you pour your amala flour and you start cooking it. Make sure you stand there so it doesn't get burned, and leave it on low heat. Cook, and when it's done, you add a little bit of water, cover it, and allow it to cook some more. Then after that, you stir, cook, and then you see that it's well cooked. Then you bring it down from the fire and it's ready to be served. There you have it, and then you can give it to your little ones to eat. Okay. And for the amala too, you can add in a bit of butter or a little bit of oil in the amala too, to make it look smooth and inviting. Children they want to see their food looking inviting as well, so you make it look nicely. Okay. So, and that is that. And if you're giving it to children that are a bit older, say 2 years and above, you don't need to blend the meat. You can just cut it into little pieces, and you're good to go. I'm sure they'll be able to eat it like that. Okay, so that is how I make my swallow, my ewedu, and my ogbono soup. I don't like giving my babies egusi soup because you know how fattening it is, right? But once in a while, it's not a harm. Once in a while, it's no harm. So that is how I've been doing. Okay, I hope you're going to try some of these recipes I've mentioned, and I'm going to be making it practically, at some stage, so you can see how I make it. Okay, thank you guys for joining. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share my video. I love you guys so much, and mothers, you guys are doing such amazing job. Well done. Okay, bye.